Hello everyone, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the Dirt Road Farmer. Well, we have a couple of things that needs to be done today. Uh, One is this number one field that we harvested the other day of soybeans. Well, it has to be. I'm watching this tractor and that mulcher just keeps sliding around these corners. Actually, I don't think that mulcher is working right, because I think around the corners he's supposed to be able to pick that thing up, and it's not working. Let me see if no. Okay. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing, I guess. But I think he's supposed to be able to pick that up when he goes around the corner. And even if you do it manually, you can't pick that mulcher up. And I don't think that's quite right. But you know, they'll get it fixed. It's a modded mulcher. That's not a standard in-game mulcher. So they'll get it fixed. But anyway, we've got this field that needs to be mulched. So I've got this Case quad track on it, and he's going to make 3 headland passes around it, and then he'll do up and down rows. So we're just kind of watching him to make sure he's off to a good start. The field that we just got done mulching in the last video, I went in and fertilized that. That's the one that had sorghum in it. I went in and fertilized it, give it its first stage of fertilizer. And also, I cultivated it, because like we talked about, that's one of the things that was going to have to be done. So anyway, I think we're going to plant that also today, but we'll do so after we make sure this guy gets all the way around this field with no problems. He's running on Courseplay, and we'll be able to just leave him. And I think our field down there is ready to be planted. The one that we mulched yesterday, it's ready to be planted. So we'll probably plant that field on Courseplay. So we'll have 2 different Courseplay courses going at one time. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here, or I'm going to let you go for a moment, because I know you don't want to just keep watching this tractor go. And but I'll get back with you here in a moment. All right, it looks like he has moved over into his second row, headland row, or second headland pass, however you want to say it. Looks like it's working. I get tickled at that mulcher though, wanting to slide like that. Those wheels that it's rolling on, those are cutter wheels that's chopping everything up that's on the ground. Well, they're turning, and whenever he goes around a curve, that thing wants to slide with him because those rollers are turning. So like I said, I don't think that's exactly the way this mod is supposed to work, but I do think they'll get it worked out. Yeah. They'll get it worked out somehow or another. But anyway, we've got other work to do. We want to get that other field planted. And I think we'll just jump right on it and go do it. Well, I just got a message saying that John Deere delivered me a John Deere 8 RX, and they wanted us to try it out and see what we think. So I think that's what we will do. Now that's it, sitting right there on the corner. Boy, it's a huge looking thing. Isn't that nice? Oh yeah. So I think we'll just jump right in it. Let's look around in a cab. See what the cab looks like. Oh yeah. All right. Very nice. Okay, well, let's jump out here and let's hook our planter up. And let's see what it does. I think we'll plant that field over there with the smaller planter. And we'll do it with Courseplay, because we've got another tractor running up there in field 1, and he's running on Courseplay. So with a little bit of luck, we won't have any problems. Now, what I want you to keep in mind is Courseplay is still in beta. Okay, it has really not been released yet for everyone's use. Yes, you can download it and you can use it, and that's what we're doing. But you have to understand that it is still in beta. So, and what that means is they're still building it. They're still working on it. They're not going to take any responsibility, and they're not saying that it's going to work right every time. They're not going to say that. So whenever you have problems, you report them and let it go at that. They'll work on it. They're working on it. So you just can't get mad when something that is in beta like that doesn't work. A lot of times new maps are released and they're in beta. Yes, they're functional. You can work on them. You can use them. But they're still working on it. It's not been fully released yet. So I just wanted you to understand that. And what we're going to do here is we're going to pull our HUD up for this 8RX, and all right, we're going to try to click on him, see if that works. All right, now we want to create a job for him. We got to go up here and make sure we're on Courseplay field work. We want him to start at the first waypoint, but we got to put a target down for him. So we'll come over here and we'll put a target down right there. Okay. And we've got it sitting right there, and we've got it pointed that way. So now we'll create a course here. Okay. Headland. We want a sharp headland pass. Okay. Number of headlands. Let's do 3. We want to go clockwise. Headland overpass 7%. Yeah, that's okay. Up and down rows, we'll leave them to automatic. Start work. We don't want to start work on the headland passes because we're planting. So we want to start work on the center first, the up and down rows. And there's one tool. So let's generate this course. All right, looks like we've got a course generated. That is it. So keep your fingers crossed. We're going to tell him to start the job. So it looks like he's moving. So let's just see what he does. Now I don't know where the starting point is. That is the end point. That's where he will stop. So one thing that we do want to do we want to plant soybeans here? Yeah, we'll plant soybeans. All right, we'll watch him for a minute, find out where he's going to start. He's looking for his start point. And he'll start the up and down rows first. Now it's going to look terrible whenever he starts. But he'll come back through on his headland passes then, and it'll all come together and it'll all look good then. So anyway, we'll just keep an eye on him. It looks to me like he's got it figured out. And you know, this new RX, John Deere RX 8RX, it started on the first go. I mean, the first time I tried to let Courseplay do its thing, it found its mark the first time. And there he is. He's found it. Now, like I said, it's going to be a bunch of short rows to start with, then long rows, and it's going to look like, oh my word. But when he finishes up with the headland passes, you'll see then that it'll be right. So he's got to get his angles just right. Oh yeah. All right, well, we're going to keep an eye on him, and I'll get back with you in just a little while. All right, looks like our guy that is mulching has started his up and down passes, and it won't take him long now, and he'll have this field done. So we're going to leave him to it. Our guy over in the other field, he had a problem. I got a message saying that he was blocked by an object, and that was not necessarily his fault. That was probably more my fault. again, it all relates back to trees around the field. Everybody knows how I feel about trees around the field. Well, I only give him 3 headland passes whenever I set that up. So there was a tree that was a little bit too close to the field, and he wouldn't have it. So he stopped, and I had to go over. I had to redo it, set him up again. Only this time I give him 5 headland passes, and we'll go over here in just a moment and find out how he's doing on that. But I don't know this guy. I don't know what he's doing exactly. Oh, yes I do. He's going back to that outside row. Remember? That's what he's doing. He's got to go to the outside row to calculate where he starts on that up and down. And that's different. But okay, we'll leave him to it, and we'll go back over and we'll check on our John Deere over there planting. All right, looks like he's getting it figured out. By giving him 2 more headland passes, that gives him room to turn around on these angles. And that's where he was having a problem. That tree over there that's pretty close to the field, that's the one that he was having a problem with. So when I give him 5 headland passes, that seemed to straighten everything out, and everything is working good now. So anyway, we will keep our eye on him, and it sure looks like that ARX is. I like how it looks. I like how it's operating in the field. The turning radius of it is great. You wouldn't think so with them tracks, but the turning radius is awesome. So anyway, looks like our guy in there knows exactly what he's doing. So we'll leave it to him, and we'll just let him continue doing it. All right, everything is looking real good over on this field. He is sure making some headway pretty quickly. And it's looking good over on our other field too. We'll get over there in just a moment, and I'll show you. Now this field here is just a monster, and it's all kinds of odd shapes. So yeah, it took him a minute. Right now he'll probably go over to that outside lane again. Yeah, maybe not. But anyway, with this mulcher, it's hard for us to see what his lanes is and where he's at on the ground. This is just one of the necessary evils that FS19 has come up with. Now on crops like sorghum, where you had the straw standing in the field, yes, I can see going in there and mulching that. I understand that. But this, you don't see nothing on the ground. But if you do not mulch it, you will take a hit on your yield bonus. So like I said, it's just one of those necessary evils. We have to do it. It's in the rules of the game, and so that's what we're going to do. So anyway, let's go back over and let's check on our John Deere, see how he's getting around along planting. All right, he's coming along very nice. He's still doing his up and down rows, but you see I'm leaving him a whole lot more room there to get turned around. And that's what I said. It wasn't necessarily his fault. It's the way I had him set up. And I'll just have to make a note to myself on that. That in this field, with them trees like that, we'll have to give him more headland passes to get turned around in. Excuse me. But anyway, they're doing a great job, and we're just going to leave them to it. Alright, this guy has come a long way, and he will be finishing up this field very soon. He's going to finish this field before the 8RX is through planting over there. But that's understandable. He's got a much bigger implement that he's pulling behind him, and he's traveling 4 mile an hour faster. So yes, he is definitely going to finish before the 8RX. But that's okay. The bottom line is we will have successfully run 2 Courseplay courses in 2 different fields and got the job done. Now, in my books, it doesn't get much better than that. Look at all the land that this guy has covered. I knew he was going to come across the field pretty quickly, but I did think it was going to take him a little longer than this, but he's just moving right along and just not wasting any time at all. So anyway, we'll go over and we'll check on our 8RX, see how he's doing. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's come a long way too. Long way. But he's got a little ways to go. Now that place to the right of us there that's been planted, when we first started out, remember our worker got blocked by that tree down there. So I tried to start him at the next waypoint, and he took off, and I thought, well, I'll just wait and see what he's going to do. Well, he come all the way back up here, and he decided he wanted to start there. And whenever I seen what he was doing, I knew that wasn't going to work. So I let him make one complete round, and I stopped him and completely reprogrammed him. That's whenever I added the 2 additional headland passes. So that's okay. I knew I just didn't want him wasting any more time there, because I was going to have to completely reprogram him anyway. But like we talked about, Courseplay is in its beta form, and you can expect things like that. You just work around them. That's all you can do. But you will have to admit that this guy is doing one fantastic job, and so is the other guy over in the other field that we're looking at over there. Yeah, doing a great job. So anyway, we're going to just let this guy continue to work and let the other guy continue to work, and I'm sure that quad track is going to finish up first. All right, our quad track is getting ready to complete this field. I'm going to say he may have one, maybe, yeah, he's got to go down here. He's got about 1.5 more passes to do, and he will have this field completed. What a great job. Oh yeah. And he has really come a long way. A long way. So it's Courseplay at its finest right there. Actually, I will say it's Courseplay at its finest in the beta stage. I'll put it that way. Whenever we are able to have multiple vehicles in the field, you will see the finest right there. That's I did a little testing on it. I don't think I told you yet. I did a little testing on multiple vehicles in the field, and I wanted to run 2 tractors in a field, both of them pulling a cultivator. Well, I finally got the first one going, and he did great. I mean, he stayed right on his rows, and he was leaving the other rows for the other tractor. But the other tractor, I just couldn't seem to get him to where he would follow. And finally, I did. I finally got him to where he was on track, and he was doing his thing. He was staying in his row, but the other tractor was so far ahead of him that they come to a T, and even though I had them programmed to stay like 150 feet away from one another, that only works from behind. Now, if you have a T-bone type situation, they're not going to recognize that. They're recognizing from the rear of the tractor, from the nose to the rear. I hope that makes sense to you. But anyway, I did get it to work, and it was working excellent for about 30 seconds, and I had to stop the one tractor because they were going to run into one another. But that's given us hope, and it's coming. It's getting better all the time. We'll just keep working with it. But anyway, this guy is getting ready. I mean, he is almost, there's his stop sign right over there. And this will probably be his last pass. He'll turn around and he'll go down and meet that stop sign, I'm sure. So we'll just see that he does. And then he should fold the implement and call it a day. So no, he's got another round to go, it looks like. You'll see a stop sign. It's right up. Yeah, you see it. So it looks like he's got another short row to go, and then he'll be done. So our other guy over in the other field is doing a good job, and we're going to let him go ahead and continue working. I want to make sure that this guy shuts down the way he's supposed to, and that for some strange reason or another he don't run off down here in the drink. So I do not see him doing that, but you know how it goes. Things can happen. And it was always a standard belly laugh on FS19 that anybody that sits there and says that Courseplay never threw them a fit, they never used it much. So and that's about right. You know, anything can happen. But see, it looks like he is finishing his pass, and maybe he's got to come back. We'll see. I would say he's got just a little bit right there that he's got to finish up. But he's got a stop sign right in front of him telling him that, yep, you've already completed it. So isn't that something? Electronics. I mean, what can I say? He has got this field done. Now he's going to go home and he's going to have dinner tonight. Great job, my friend. Done a wonderful job. All right. Now he should shut it all down, and that'll be it. And that is it. All right. Well, we might as well. I'll tell you what, there's some places that he missed that I need to touch up on, so I think I'll leave the tractor set right here, and we'll go check on our other guy. Oh yeah. Yep, he's doing a good job too. But as you can see, I knew that quad track was going to finish first. Because of the width of the tool that he's pulling, plus he was running 15 mile an hour, and this guy's running 10 and 11 mile an hour. So, but everything is coming along nice. So we'll see you in a little bit. All right, our 8RX has started on his headland passes. Excuse me, I'm sorry. He got all the up and down rows done across the field there, and this is where he makes it all come together. And he's got 5 headland passes to do, and whenever he gets all 5 of them done, the whole field will be planted. I received a message from one of my viewers. He could be a subscriber, I'm not sure. But anyway, I appreciate all these messages that I get. But what this man had to say, it could be that I have been spending a lot of money needlessly on mulching. Now, this man told me, and if you remember on my previous videos, I told you that while we were mulching, you can't tell what that mulcher is doing. You know, and that trying to do it by hand would be a chore, which is correct. It would be a chore. Now this man tells me that I should not have to mulch anything, any crop. I shouldn't have to mulch it unless it's corn, sorghum, cotton, things like that that leaves a standing stubble. Well, now you know me, I do tests all the time, and I check things all the time. But I will admit that I have not checked every crop on every map. Now, ever since FS22 came out, with all the changes, I started on Elm Creek. And with Elm Creek, I thought I determined on that map what I was going to have to do. Well, now if this man is correct, then I have been telling you guys wrong all along, and I really do I apologize for that. But you can bet one thing, I will be running some more tests. You know, I really do hope this man is right, because that'll save a lot of time, a lot of money, and who wants to throw money and time away, you know? But I am definitely going to check it out. Probably when we harvest our next field, we're going to run a test there and find out. But that's what I was telling everybody about the Farm Sim community. Excellent people. I mean, just fantastic people that are always there to help, and they'll answer questions for you if you have any. If they can answer it, they will. I mean, they're just a fine bunch of people, and I really appreciate this guy. I really do. The only thing that I hate is the fact that if this man is right and our tests come out positive, I hate that I've been telling everybody this and it's not been correct. That's the only thing that I hate. But I can assure you, at some point, somewhere, I came to that conclusion on a test that I had run on Elm Creek. And I know it had to be Elm Creek because I did a lot of testing on that. But right now, I cannot tell you what crop was planted in the field that I did the test on. That I'm just not going to lie to you about it. I cannot remember. What I can tell you is I have not run a test on every different crop to find out which ones you can and which ones you can't. That I have not done. So I really hope this guy is right. That will save us a bundle. But anyway, this guy is, like I said, he's on his headland passes. He's making it all come together right now. He's got 5 of them to do, and he'll have his field planted. So I think we're going to call this a video. I sure appreciate everybody being here. If you found any of this information useful, or that you can apply it to your own farm, please do. If you want to share this video with someone that you know would like this kind of content, please do. But until tomorrow, the Dirt Road Farmer, I think we'll call it an evening. And as always, thank you for watching.